We are the people, they chant. But do they represent German society? These demonstrators reject Islam. They are also very vocal about immigration.
The asylum policies in general, we feel like we're being overrun. That's why we're here.
Since October, Pegida supporters have marched in Dresden nearly every Monday. They are not only against Islam, they are also against the press, politicians, and America. They say Germany is an occupied country. So who's occupying Germany?
The Americans.
It sounds like a return to the Cold War. The divisions between East and West Germany 25 years after the fall of the Berlin Wall. But is this really the face of Dresden? No, say many citizens here. We met some of them.
I'm Anas Ajaj. I'm a researcher, and I help as a volunteer imam. I feel good here in Dresden, in Germany.
My name is Günther Starke. My favorite part of Dresden is the Neustadt.
My name is Annette Lendvoigt. I'm a tour guide, and we're here in front of the Semperoper in the heart of Dresden.
Tourists from all over the world come to Dresden to see the historic city center. But ever since the weekly anti-Islam protests became a talking point in international media, tourists have started asking different questions.
I do a lot of tours in English. The foreign visitors often ask me if it's safe to walk the streets at night or on Mondays, especially people who look like they could be foreign or Arabic. They don't feel safe to go out at night. You can really see that as a tourist guide when you get asked these questions.
The tourist sector has seen a downturn. Annette Lendvoigt says bookings have dropped for the summer. She's worried about the damage to the image of her hometown. She hopes that Dresden will wake up.
It's a good opportunity to discuss these topics. The city has to take a stand and say how they're going to treat people who come here. Are we just here for the tourists that bring money into the city? Or are we also here for the people that work here, that want to call this their home? Or people who have ended up here by fate?
Anas Ajaj's small mosque is a popular spot these days for the media. Sometimes there are more journalists than Muslims who come to pray. There are very few Muslims in Dresden, and the anti-Islam movement has made them insecure.
None of the foreigners go out alone on Mondays, where it's dark, or the suburbs of Dresden. We've heard that a lot of refugees want to leave the city.
Ajaj is a volunteer imam. His main job is as a research project manager for semiconductors. He and his family feel at home in Dresden. He's surprised that there have been so many attacks against foreigners in Saxony.
Maybe it's because people don't have much contact with foreigners and Muslims. They watch the news and see what the extremists are doing. And then they also think foreigners and Muslims are equally dangerous.
Günther Starke has been taking photographs here in the Neustadt district of Dresden for 35 years. This is the cool area of the city. This is where you'll find artists, musicians, galleries, and small cafes away from the crowds. Starke loves this district with its diversity and openness, but Pegida is also an issue even here.
I have relatives who are with Pegida. You can't talk to them sensibly about anything. And I don't need to discuss it with my friends because they have exactly the same opinion as I do.
Günther Starke can see why some demonstrators are unhappy with decisions made by the government, but that doesn't have anything to do with Islam. Starke saw firsthand the peaceful revolution in 1989 that brought down the Berlin Wall. He says it has absolutely nothing to do with Pegida.
As long as you can't talk to them, and as long as the things that are really wrong and bad are not gotten rid of, there will always be people who are unhappy. The question is, where is it going? And I think we're heading toward violence, not a peaceful dialogue.
The latest Pegida demonstration attracted 15,000 people, which is fewer than in past weeks. Because the media is here in such high numbers, Imam Ajaj feels safe coming here. Annette Lentvoigt also takes a look.
It's very uncomfortable to be here and see the people clapping to all these dumb slogans, all these generalizations, and then all these battle cries.
They both hope the anti-Islam movement will soon fizzle out and that Dresden will become a more open and friendly city once again.